Hi everyone, a pleasant day and evening to all of you. My name is Ariel Herrera and I'm here to discuss to you my FMA 2 Part 1. This is about the framework that I have come up with regards to social mobilization and social marketing. Let us begin. So in developing my own framework, I have analyzed and compared the steps essential to both social marketing and social mobilization. So in this table, we can see a condensed set of steps for both social mobilization and social marketing. Let us tackle social mobilization first. In social mobilization, we need to assess the needs of the community, their issues, and their resources. Then, we need to define the objectives or social mobilization strategy. Number three, we need to identify the targets or the partners with local organizations. Number four, we also need to design, test, and then produce the materials. And number five, we need to choose and train social mobilizers. And for the last step, we need to implement, monitor, and then evaluate. In social marketing, the first step to do is to identify the problem and then conduct situation analysis. Number two, we need to know who our audience is and then segment accordingly. Number three, we need to identify the partners and engage on the stakeholders. Number four, we need to analyze the competition and then the exchange. Number five, we need to develop the strategy and then interventions. Next, we need to pre-test the messages and then the strategies. This is followed by implementation, monitoring, and then evaluation. And the last step will be to refine and then to reapply. In combining the similar steps found in social mobilization and social marketing, the framework that I have come up with is the adapter framework. The framework name adapter was coined based on the idea that social programs must adopt or adapt to the community. And from a technical perspective, an adapter is needed to connect pieces of equipment that cannot be connected directly. And likewise, social programs cannot operate on their own, and they need involvement of many participants for it to be considered a success. So let us now try to decode or expand the meaning of the framework adapter. Let us start with the letter A. A stands for analysis, analyze, or identify. In social mobilization, this helps us to understand the problems affecting the specific groups and to know what influences the problems. It helps us to know the current actions being done, which ones are the least effective, and which ones can be integrated. In social marketing, this allows the practitioners to understand the perspective of the target audience. It also helps to identify unfulfilled demands and to decode local beliefs, values, and practices, and to determine if people will accept a new behavior or otherwise. Now let's go to the second letter D, which is define objectives. In social mobilization, the primary goal of advocacy is to organize information into an argument that is acceptable to political and social leaders. It acts as a binding agent that aligns and mobilizes different social allies or partners toward a common goal. And it also allows organizers to prioritize tasks, allocate budget, and avoid duplication. Now, in social marketing, this helps ensure that every creative content, partnership, resource, wherein that is in time or money, is well spent to achieve the desired behavior change. It segments the population and allows practitioners to laser focus on a target audience. It also influences how the four P's of marketing mix are used, which is referred to product, price, place, and promotion. All right, now let's go to our third letter, letter A again, which stands for assess or pretest. In social mobilization, assessing or pretesting helps to dissolve communication barriers and helps to ensure that the message is clear. It also helps to identify hidden barriers and ensure that the resources are not wasted. This is also to catch any red flags and ensure that the message set forth respects the local norms, values, and traditions. In social marketing, assessing or pretesting helps to ensure that the core message between the practitioner and the target audience are aligned. This is to also find out if a specific visual doesn't resonate with the target audience. This can be changed early and helps to avoid wastage of resources. Lastly, assessing or pretesting helps to pre-check if the message deliverer is seen as credible or trustworthy by the public. And this one will help to encourage behavior change. Now let's go to our fourth letter, letter P, which stands for planning or strategizing. In social mobilization, planning or strategizing helps to ensure community ownership. It also helps to ensure that the activities done, printing flyers or holding meetings, actually are directed to accomplish the common goal. It also helps to keep the movement going and prevent it from collapsing by having contingency plans. In social marketing, planning or strategizing helps to understand the competition, on why bad habits are harder to break, and how to make good behavior more of a win. It also helps to direct the resources towards ready-to-act segments in the population. Lastly, it also helps to identify the barriers and highlight benefits that outweigh the price of the change. Let us now go to the fifth letter, letter T, which stands for transact or implement. In social mobilization, this helps us to achieve collective action amongst the community. This is the stage where the population learns to become agents of change themselves. This also helps to provide a real-world validity check if the messages actually work or resonate with the population. It helps to build trust between the community and the organizers. And it also shows that the organizers are serious and capable. In social marketing, this is the phase where the audience actually trades in old habits, time, effort, in exchange for good benefits. It helps to provide real-time view if people are receptive or hesitant to enact on the messages. It also provides the audience the opportunity to not just be aware, but also be capable for behavior change to occur. Let us now go to our sixth letter, letter E, which is evaluate or monitor. In social mobilization, it helps us look past the work done and measure if the social issue was really addressed or tackled. It provides a receipt and evidence to the stakeholders and helps us to earn respect amongst the community. It is considered as a diagnostic tool to know if the movement was really a success, if it worked, or if it failed. It helps us to find out reasons on why it was successful or why it was failure. In social marketing, it helps to justify the budgeting and secures the funding for future phases. It helps to provide a metric on whether awareness was increased, attitudes have shifted, and if behaviors were changed. It also allows for formative and process monitoring. Let us now discuss the last letter, the letter R, which stands for reiterate, or refine, or reapply. In social mobilization, this allows to apply the lessons that we have learned and achieve greater impact in succeeding campaigns. It also helps to prevent apathy and ensures that the movement still stays relevant in a fast-changing environment. This trains the community on how to mobilize themselves. It builds social capital and collective confidence. In social marketing, this allows us to take lessons from the small tests, remove what didn't work, and perfect the model. It allows a message to be adjusted or recalibrated so it stays fresh and culturally relevant. By refining a campaign to use language and visuals that are trusted by the community, it makes the community more perceptive and less resistant to the message. So to recap our new framework, the adaptive framework, A stands for analyze, D stands for define, A stands for assess, P stands for plan, T stands for transact, E stands for evaluate, and R stands for reiterate. So once again, thank you very much for watching my video. My name is Ariel Herrera. Have a good evening.